a go. Heather Fisher was outstanding in that first game, but Vicky Fleetwood, when she came on, really showed how to finish as well. So yeah, as you say, Brazil standing up the same team. Interesting though, Ishibashi, Scout, and Julia Sada, a lot of experience on that Brazilian bench.
I can only imagine that in the case of Ishibashi, she's still probably not at that match fitness to start a game, and when she came on, she was just finding her feet. But certainly from Brazil's point of view, Chris Neal won't have been happy with the performance they put in against France.
No, sometimes you can be nervous being the home team, playing your first game, don't get to play at home very often, so they'll be really keen to put in a more consistent performance this time. Cut out the errors, play it simple.
The referee is Rose Labreche. We're almost set to go, and England looking for 2 from 2. Brazil hoping to disrupt the group as it stands and come away with a victory. It'll be Maya Berhent to start. Value of the restarts fully and evident by New Zealand last time out, and look at that collision in the air. Well, referee is playing advantage to Brazil, and everybody, I'm happy to say, is back on their feet. Santini with a little dummy and switch, and off she goes. Tried this on a few occasions against France, but really was on her own wavelength without any support from her teammates. That one has just gone into touch, and Berent will give up the line out to England.
I watched the defence there for Joanne Watmore, but England have to sort out their kick-off receipts. In the previous game, everything else about their game pretty good, but the kick-off receipts not going according to plan. Emily Scarrett, a huge loss for them there.
They might get away with it against Japan or even against Brazil, but when it gets to the latter stages of the tournament, you feel that will be a huge area opposition teams might look to exploit if they can. Natasha Brennan jinking with the feet. The ball has gone loose and it's gone forward off a Brazilian jersey. Frustration from the home team.
I don't think Natasha Brennan meant that offload. It did at least go backwards, so handing the ball to her own team.
We all love to see the offloads when they go to plan. As we saw with Fiji, they didn't go to plan, and the result was something very different. Ball squirts out the back, and Natasha Hunt under pressure straight away. She gets the penalty though, and happy to just tap and go and try and release the pace in the England back line. Good line of running again. Cover tackle comes across from Kokan. Scored a try for Brazil in their opening game, albeit on the losing end of it, and they get the penalty. Waste no time. Quick tap and go. Berent to Santini again. She just seems to look for contact at the first protocol. It went backwards and she got away with it, but 2 English players, including Marley Packer, in front of her, and you don't want to run head first into Marley Packer, I can tell you that. Brazil keep it alive. Campos, little scissor step and run, nice switch, and if it pays off there could be gaps opening up here. The offload surely, didn't go to plan, and maybe the run from Estevez a little too flat to take that pass. England desperately trying to turn this one over at the breakdown, and look at the strength in the contact area there from Richardson. Brilliant stuff from Richardson, and she sprints and kicks the legs over the 22. They won't catch her today, and that was a self-made try from Richardson.
Great strength at the breakdown from Alice Richardson. She plays fly half, but could have been a 15th back row player there. Really good work, just powers through. See the leg drive, realises that she shrugged off the tackle, then gets the pace going.
Well, captain's charge, really. Brilliant stuff. Of course, doesn't play international 15s anymore, but you can see why she's so valuable to this team. Conversion attempt as well. It's not a bad strike, but the flags stay down. So it remains at 5 points to nil. England, the first real attack of any note, and they score 5 points. Yeah,
England will be hoping that settles their nerves a bit. It's been a bit scrappy so far, but Brazil have been putting the pressure onto the England team, really getting up in defence.
So try scorer Richardson to get us back underway. Brazil, again, had a brilliant attacking opportunity only a minute previous to that. Lost possession, and that's what happened. You're giving them a chance, and look at the restart again. This one it goes back towards Packer, who pumps the legs and tries the handoff. Nice little slip as well to Joanne Watmore, who was in support. I think they're going to go wide here and test Brazil. Oh, the lovely step off the inside, and again, that was high. How was that not a high tackle? Referee says play on. Richardson digs it out. England still have it. It might be irrelevant. Really, no. The knock on. Well, Sue Day, your thoughts on this? It looked high where I was standing from.
It's very hard to see how that isn't a high tackle. Comes in here right round the head. I mean, how that's
you can't get any higher unless you miss the player altogether.
No, difficult, tough call on England there. They just have to regroup. If the ref doesn't call it, it isn't a high tackle.
Well, I think we'll just leave that one slide, shall we? And Brazil, Santini, again, needs support. This time, going to try and work it out from their own 22. Drifting across the pitch. It's all too easy for England to defend against, and Brazil got to be careful. Protect that ball here. Mulbauer did well just to stop it, and Araujo with the pass. This is Campos. Isolated. Watmore in over the top. Has to leave it go. England comes through. Went forward from a white jersey. Brazil, though, I mean, they don't seem to me to be on the same wavelength.
No, there's a lot of passes going to ground, not going quite to hand. They don't seem to know, they don't seem to have the structure quite right, so they don't know where each of them's going to be. And as you say, it's making it easy for England to defend at the moment.
Just under 2 to go in the first half. 1 try, and it's gone to England. So Brazil by no means out of this as the samba drums in the background try and encourage the team. Crossfield kick. Again, nobody on the wavelength. And England are all too easy for them to deal with. And Brennan, who took it, gets the pass away. Pop up to Hunt. Natasha Hunt steps on the outside. Hunt's going to go around Santini. And Hunt jots down. And again, Brazil infuriating for Chris Neal, who say, why would you kick the ball straight to the England back three?
I can see why you might choose to kick in that situation. It was very, very poorly executed where the ball went. Pretty easy for Tash Brennan to catch. She got the offload away. A couple of passes later, it's in the hands of Natasha Hunt, who makes no mistake from there. But Brazil really gifting England the try there.
Conversion to come from Richardson. That's much better. And it's good, 12 points to 0. England second with a minute to play at the end of the first half. But Brazil gifting the try and possession away. And England say, thank you very much. We'll take full advantage. Santini gets back to her feet. She's out, taking to continue. Always good to see. And it's going to be Richardson to restart. Goes for a bit of distance on this one. Where's Watmore? Where's that bounce? Almost.
I said earlier England was struggling under the kick-off receipts. Brazil similarly struggling. They're just setting up too far forward. You need to start right on the touchline, then you can come in towards the ball. If you start too far in, it's so much harder to go back out towards the touchline.
Simon Middleton will be happy enough by what he's seen so far. 2 tries up, line out for Brazil doesn't go to plan, and it's all falling apart. There is the half-time whistle, and 2 tries for England. The first from Alice Richardson, the captain, really kind of set the marker down. And England in control, you have to say, at the break here. Brazil, well, they do have, as Sue was saying, plenty of talent on that bench. Ishibashi, Sarda, Bianca Silva, the youngster. Will they make the changes, though? We'll wait and see.
Let's challenge some defence. Let's go, not kick off.
Simon Middleton instructions there for the England team, and he has to be happy enough, but I suppose we'll cut out the errors.
Yeah, England haven't looked under too much threat from Brazil, have they? But that's as much down to the fact that Brazil really haven't seemed to get themselves organised yet in this game. Simon really wants England to be better at the breakdown, moving the ball quicker away and getting up after they've made a tackle.
England go deep, well inside the Brazil 22. They take their eye off that ball, and Watmore gets up and makes a choke tackle and back on her feet to contest the breakdown. And Brazil again, a hoof into nothing. Well, nothing is the number 9 for England, Natasha Hunt, and they're going to make her pay, are they? Watmore straightens it up, 3-on-3 on the outside, so trying to step in. Fleetwood almost got through the tackle. There for Richardson. Watmore queuing up on the left-hand side. Packer with a decoy run, in fact, ended up taking that pass, charging like a train on a diagonal run. And there for Richardson. Can she get through? Oh, she slipped the tackle. And Brazil, well, the body language isn't great. And Richardson gets her second try of the game.
Simon Middleton said at half-time to the England girls he wanted them to cut some more lines. They were a bit too lateral. Well, Vicky Fleetwood, Molly Packer took him at his word. That's what sucked the defence in. Eventually, Alice Richardson looked up, saw no defence at home and finished off all by herself.
Well, it's a second try for her, and I wonder, will she chase Heather Fisher's hat-trick from the first game as the kick goes to the right and wide. 17 points to nil. Captain's job at the moment for Richardson.
Interesting, England have moved Joanne Watmore from the wing into the prop role, getting her to do that Emily Scarrett role, chasing the kickoffs. It's really working for them now in this game.
Restart again. Brazil have to deal with this one. Much better take from Juliana Estevez. And here is Santini, the little pocket rocket, trying to get some space. Watmore, whose ferocious tackling has been a feature of England's defence so far in this game. Watmore, considering she stays wide in the wing, has made plenty of hits. Cocan, nice offload and a pass away. Oh, lovely step on the inside from Araujo to keep it alive. And Brazil over the halfway line. Richardson eventually calls a halt to the attack. This is Mulbauer. Pass goes forward. Watmore back inside. Packer using the arm and sucking in 2 defenders. Good strength from the England number 8. Shipped on. Richardson, little dummy, opens up a gap. Nice step. Taking straight the line here. The pass must go. 3-on-1 on the outside. Surely it must be for England. Hunt back inside. Natasha Hunt over the 22. 9-on-9, and the England number 9 takes it. A try right out of the top drawer from her. She gets a shove after the final whistle, but you don't want to see that, Sue.
No need for that. The referee is having a word. Now, England in the end made a really good job of that counter-attack. Turnover ball, and then it was offload. A little bit of the Fijis, you might say. Offload after offload. Natasha Hunt looked to pass it out wide to Marley Packer. Decided she'd take it herself. Pinned her ears back. Scored under the posts. Made it nice and easy for Sarah McKenna to get the conversion. Frustration
for Araujo. This is the conversion, which is good. It brings England to 24 points to nil. They're going to have their second victory. Brazil yet to get off the mark. Frustration you can see there from Araujo at their performance. I mean, they had that camp with France, hoping to do themselves justice on home soil, but so far they've just been completely outplayed as Julia Sarda takes that one and Santini runs across the pitch. Good tackle that time from Amy Wilson-Hardy. Deep inside the 22. Brazil looking for any gaps that might appear in the England defence. So far there has been none, as another tackle goes in from Wilson-Hardy. Hot pass from Cocan to keep it alive. She takes it back. Wilson-Hardy back on her feet to make the third tackle in the space of 12 seconds. Romalo. Shibashi, little pass. This is lovely. The hands should do it now. How much gas on the outside for Araujo? She was frustrated. Let's see what she can do. Surely a touch. That tackle goes in. And a thumping hit it was as well. Katie McLean came across and said, "Welcome to the game."
Abigail Brown and Katie McLean between them managed to make that one, didn't they? Araujo bundled into touch.
So Chris Neal obviously bringing in the fresh legs and trying to spark something out of Brazil.
We're good. Time in.
Scott Root has also come on. She goes out onto the wing. England trying to win this line out. They do a really good job of it. And it's clean ball for Wilson Hardy. Needs help and gets it. Hat-trick hero from the first game. Heather Fisher is in, but she concedes the penalty.
Not releasing.
Quick tap and go. Ishibashi fires one out. Oh, England trying to break the line and steal possession. And a substitute, Halleen Scott-Root, manages to come away with it. Lovely little pop between the legs. Brazil looking for that gap still. Ball on the outside. Little chip and chase from Campos. Fisher leaves it go, wisely so, and England will get the line out.
Yeah, a much better kick that time from Brazil, wasn't it? An attacking kick. If it had stayed a couple inches further in, Heather Fisher would have had to take that out into touch.
Wait, come in, please.
Interesting that England have brought Katie McLean on at hooker. Normally plays the fly half role, but an extra playmaker on the pitch.
Well, just as we say, pass doesn't go to plan, and Richardson couldn't hang on. Brazil will get the scrum.
Yellow, number
2
11.
tries for Alice Richardson today.
Such an important player for Alice Richardson. Lovely playmaker, good footwork, great handling skill. Disgusted with herself there for the knock-on. These things happen.
So, on the 5, guys.
Bianca Silva is in, the 17-year-old for Brazil, out onto the wing. I mean, maybe just give her the ball one-on-one and now we're to use her speed too, yeah?
Well, perfect position if they can get the ball to her now. So much space out there, so hard for Claire Allen to defend it.
Quick tap and go. Now's the time to do it. Santini just short. Oh, did she get it down? She did. Try is given. And Edna Santini, well, we've been critical of her in the first game in the first half here, but she has got a try. 16th in her 7th career.
Yeah, here it is. Just gets it over the line, doesn't she? But does really well, because it looked initially like Claire Allen had just managed to stop her, but so good for Brazil to get the score in front of their home crowd.
Santini, and the conversion goes over. 24 points, 2-7. Brazil finally get off the mark. 20 seconds to go, and one last play before the full-time whistle.
Brazil with every single chasing player in one half of the pitch.
No doubt about where this is going to go, but they're going to get no chance really, because that one's gone way too deep. And Amy Wilson-Hardy happy to let that go into touch. Quick one taken. We'll have time for one last play. Richardson on a hat-trick.
Tackle only.
Fisher. Ball on the outside. Now, question of pace here. How much has Brennan got? Keeps it alive. Well, Brazil managed to steal it. Santini trying to go the outside on her own. Little fend off. And here we go again. Bianca Silva standing wide on the wing. If they give her that ball, if they draw the plan and give her the ball, put her hair and her ears back, and off she goes. Bianca Silva. There's the gas we were talking about. The 17-year-old wonder kid touches down, and Brazil go crazy in the stands.
Brilliant for Bianca Silva to get that score. Very well worked for Brazil. Poor from England popping the ball out of contact straight to Brazil. We saw Brazil do a bit of that in the first half. But Brazil, brilliant, the presence of mind to get the ball into the hands of Bianca Silva, the confidence that she'll get from that in front of our home crowd.
Samba magic from Bianca Silva, and the crowd looked like they enjoyed that one. The results didn't go Brazil's way, but they finished with a flourish here in Sao Paulo. And England, well, it was comfortable for 90% of the game for them. Final score, England top the group as it stands, 24 points to 12.